All right,
Beautiful.
dude. Let me stop the recording because then we can talk shit. What's up, guys? This is episode 8 slash version 2, or we could call it episode 9, part 2. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Before the recording, we were talking, me and Dane, about I think who thinks that Dane needs to finally start on the intro. Um, Whoever thinks that, please leave a comment below or something because I mean it is DNR,
Oh yeah, I
so
come first, don't I?
yeah, yeah. So this is technically your podcast. I'm just the cheerleader,
No, no.
you know.
This is ours. This is ours.
Oh man, we had
I'm
to
not
do.
Batman.
Yeah, no, but you got to do it. You got to do it. And the best thing I can tell you, don't practice too much because the more practice you do, the more like harder it gets.
Oh,
So
for sure.
so just wing it. That's how I started my podcast. Like I couldn't do the intro. I sounded dumb, I think, but it doesn't matter. I just said nobody's gonna watch it, so who cares?
It's just easier, like to do it if we're gonna cut it, but we don't cut anything. So it's if I screw up, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Just do it again.
Yeah,
Remember,
true. It's fine.
remember the first episode? I kept on saying Dane and Rob collects or
Yeah,
something like
clicks.
that.
Yeah.
So it happens, dude. Until it becomes a habit, then you get used to it. But not even 2 minutes in, because I'm timing it, and I'm already in tangent. So that's a great start to a podcast. If I could put $1 for every time I do this, I'd be a millionaire already.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. But anyways, guys, so this is part 2 of the downtown versus the strip. My friend is still doing here the strip. I'll be doing still the downtown Fremont area. And because it's beauty before age, I'll let you start first.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm gonna start off with a story
Okay.
before I go into my strip tangent and come up with a conclusion of why I think that or why I like the strip
Yeah.
and which one I personally think is better right now
Mm-hmm.
in 2026. So I forget what year it was. It was a while back. So it was me and a friend from work. He
Okay.
had he was more of a client. He had a lot of money, right? I don't really like talking about that part of it, but regardless, he had a lot of money. He was a client. He said, "I'm going to Vegas. Do you want to come?" Back then, I had no idea what Vegas was. I actually wrote about this in my book. It's one of my
I was
first
about to say
true
that.
story. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
had no idea what was going on. So we go to his house and he's putting stuff in this duffel bag, and I'm like, "What are you putting in your bag?" And of course, it's silver bricks that he's been hoarding to for a special occasion, and this was it.
Yeah.
So the chapter's called Silver Bricks because of this whole beginning. But he has silver bricks. He's putting in a duffel bag. Boom. We're going to Vegas. I have no idea what to expect. I don't know much about Vegas because I was kind of blind to it back then.
Mhm.
You pull in. We had no idea what was going on. We ended up going to the pawn shop and he gave a few silver bricks to them. They gave him just like a wad of cash. I don't even think it was the right amount. They didn't even
Yeah.
like type it in. It was just like, oh, this one's worth this, so you gave me three. So anyways, he got the money. We got in a taxi, and we asked the taxi like what's good. He said, well, this hotel's the newest one on the strip. It's really nice. It's the Cosmopolitan. And I was like, sounds great. Yeah, yeah. So, we get inside, and the first thing I see is these big pillars that are moving with the pictures on it and stuff. If anyone's
Yeah.
been to the Cosmopolitan lobby, it's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
the big chandelier, and next to the chandelier is the egg slut.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm inside. It's crazy. We get inside, and then someone told us to like do a little bit of a little perimeter, check the perimeter. There's a hidden pizza place.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking for this pizza place. We end up finding it, and then I see this piano, a grand piano,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, get out of here. I'm like, I know a couple songs, right? So I go
Oh.
over, I move this red ribbon, thinking that it's just blocked off because, it's not time to be played or something. So I'm playing, I forget exactly what song I was playing. I know it's in my book. I think it was, oh God, I forget. Maybe I'll remember later. But I'm playing away, and all these men come flying, they're like towards us, and they're security guards. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, they're like screaming, stop, stop, stop. And I'm like, no way. Keep hammering on the keys. Finally, they come over, and the guy goes, get out, rips me out of the chair, and tells me to read this plaque. So I'm going through it, kind of like a little drunk, reading it. And apparently, the last person ever to play that was Frank Sinatra.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So my first introduction into the strip was me getting in trouble, finding secret pizza, and like kind of not caring about it. Like and then when I left, because I was only there for like a weekend, it was 3 days. And I remember flying off, and I never really thought anything of it. Like Vegas to me was just like a massive nightclub party. I thought of it as, most people do, which is just bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, casino, nightclub, restaurant. And then I think it was right around when I came home about a couple months later where it really hit me that I went there and and didn't utilize it for what it's really worth, and didn't see the true beauty and the true history and everything. To me, it just seemed like, one day someone snapped their fingers and all these hotels came up and it's just whatever. But when you dig into the history and you dig into, what really is the big picture there, you start getting a little bit more of that love for Vegas. But for me, it was like catching the worst cold ever. It just never went away. But
That's
yeah, so
funny.
my story is me getting in crap. I got in trouble.
Now, my question to that, were you already drunk by that point?
Well, so I was drunk when I was in Toronto leaving. I was drunk on the plane, and I was drunk when I got there. And I remember next to the pawn shop
Yeah.
was the first time for me being able to buy liquor from a convenience store, because we don't have that.
Yeah.
You'll have to go to an actual liquor store for that. So when I went inside, I saw these little those little bottles of Fireball,
Yeah.
and just I'm like, oh, $1, oh, $2, nice. But
Yeah.
so I continuously kept that drunk going for the whole time. But so yeah, so like I wasn't making proper judgments. Like now I would run over and read the plaque and be excited and take a picture, and
Uh-huh.
I would respect it, but I didn't have much respect back when I was that age. So yeah.
And funny that you mentioned the book because yeah, I remember that one particular when I was reading it, and I can imagine I was imagining in my head the actual scenes of what was going on. If I'm not mistaken, in the book, you worked for a nightclub or something like that, right?
Yeah, so I was working for a nightclub in Toronto for like 10 years as a
Yeah.
manager,
Mm-hmm.
and my clients pretty much like it was a really cool job. I just kind of made sure that they were taken care of and happy. So this one guy, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but his father was partially the creator of e-transfers. So
Okay.
if I was to e-transfer you money, he kind
Okay.
of came up with that concept and implemented it into reality and
Yeah.
sold it to the banks.
Which is now like
So,
Zelle and all these things.
well, yeah, but like for us in Canada, like it's just e-transfer to the e-transfer. So like I'll just go to my bank and
Mm-hmm.
e-transfer you, um, $50 and it goes right into your bank.
Hell
So
yeah, I'll give you the info, dude, for sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's pretty much just like like without whatever emails on your bank thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, yeah,
You
it's
know, like
basically the same as Zelle. It's Zelle is the biggest one here in the United States. I'm not sure if it's over there too.
I don't even know what Zelle is.
It's Zelle is basically an e-transfer. It's just that's the name of the company that does
Oh,
it.
okay, yeah, yeah.
But it's also in within your bank account as well. So it's not like a third party app that you have to go in and then do all that. I
Oh,
think
okay,
you
yeah, yeah.
can do it through a third party, but it is most banks, like my bank has it. So yeah,
Yeah, for us,
it's
I
like that.
think like if I'm dealing with someone in the States, it's just PayPal that I feel
Mm,
comfortable doing, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
often. But anyways, yeah, so he had a lot of money and the kid benefited off that and he was young and partied a lot. So one night, actually, we were gonna go to Niagara Falls and go
yeah,
gambling. And we were in an Audi R8. I don't know if anyone knows cars, but it's a fast two-seater car
yeah.
speeding down the highway towards Niagara Falls,
Hmm.
and he like cut off halfway, and he goes, I don't want to go there, and I'm like, oh, I'm like that sucks because that seemed like it would have been a fun time. He's like,
Yeah,
we're gonna go somewhere better. I'm like, where's better around here? He goes, Las Vegas, and I was like, like, oh, I don't even like. Is that like down the
yeah.
street? Like, how far is it? So, and I've never been on a like I was on a plane once before to Cuba, so I don't really know like going to the West Coast at all.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, it's a 4 hour flight that way, and I'm like, I don't even think I could like make it home right now. Like, I'm pretty drunk. Like, I need something to eat. And he's like, there's stuff on the plane. Let's go. So, and then literally, we went to his father's house. He busted open a laptop and he had all the information ready, like he's done it before, which I'm sure he
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
And he turned the laptop to me and goes, "Press accept if you want to go." And I just like kind of was reading it. It said 2 tickets to Las Vegas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, clicked it. I don't know, and it worked. That was, but
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I remember the story, and it's part of those stories that you say are loosely real, and then there's a little fiction in there, but I think that one's pretty real, I feel.
so I have each book has one true story, like fully true,
Yeah.
and I try to capture a lot of like it's written a little bit different. So I'll capture like scents and smells and how I was feeling, and you kind of really feel like you're with me with it
Yeah.
because I can kind of tell you more about the details and stuff. But the second book, I forget what the true story is in that one. I think the true story in that one was my trip to Area 51 and the Valley of Fire.
Oh,
Because it was,
okay.
yeah, for some reason, I don't know, during that trip, I had a picture taken of me, and I remember it being at the exact moment I was looking out the window at the mountains and stuff, and I
Yeah.
just felt like this such a free feeling, and I've never felt that before of being with my buddies in a car in the desert,
Hmm.
no work, no nothing, and I actually for like the first time in my life felt like just at ease and relaxed. And someone took a picture of that, so I kind of just documented that as a story.
That's yeah.
But the third book that's coming out probably by the before summer's over, it's our wild adventure night, our last trip. So that's
Oh,
my true story. Yeah,
and a nice one, because that segues to my story.
yeah.
Of the strip too. Funny thing, it's the strip for
Oh yeah,
on
that's true.
both.
Yeah, that was the night. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So on our wild night of chasing, where is the fourth floor at Binions and Benny Binion's penthouse, and finding the mint, all these things. Um, that's the same night that we went to meet Q, rest in peace, Q. Um, and we went to eat to Oscar Steakhouse, and Oh my God, we had so much fun. The
Well, hogs
steak
and
was
heifers for the last.
amazing. Oh yeah,
Their
hogs and
lost,
heifers. Yeah.
it was their last week at their old location.
Yeah, and you know what? I got a side story now that you mentioned hogs and heifers. Okay, and hopefully my wife does not hear this. Well, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not like I did anything bad. I
I was with
gotta.
you the whole time. You were
No,
fine until.
you were away for a bit. Yeah, yeah.
Where did
Remember
I
that I met
go?
those European dudes
Oh, at the bar.
at the bar? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
I
so
stepped away from that because I saw that the tensions were rising.
oh, but the tensions were rising good for them,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
so we get to this hogs and heifers and we're chilling and I went to go get a drink, and when I went to go get a drink, these like three dudes, you can hear their accent that they're from Europe. They're talking, and then I started talking with them, and then they told me, "Hey," and I'm gonna do it PG because if I say this the way it is, we're probably gonna get canceled. Um, he asked me, "Hey, how can someone get tail?" And some action. And I'm like, well, just talk to women. Like if you wanna meet them or do something, you got to talk to them. You can't be here as a sausage fest with all your friends. And so he was like, but I'm so shy and I can't really do it. And I'm like, dude, no women likes that. Like no women likes a very shy person. And so I, when the bartender brought my drink, I told her, I was like if you had to pick right now between me and him, who would you go, you go to bed with? And she's like, me. And I was like, why? And she's like, because you seem very confident. And I'm like, exactly. And that's what I
There
told
you
the
go.
guy. I was like,
Point proven.
you gotta be very, very confident. Well, anyways, that happened at Hogs and Heifers. To be honest,
I have
I'm
a
not.
picture I think I can send you of you over there at
Yeah.
the bar just living your because you did shots with them and stuff too. And I think I got a picture of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah,
send it
yeah.
to you. That's hilarious.
Yeah. And this was towards the end of the night because this was after us going to the Oscar Steakhouse and everything, and we tore it up. We went to a couple of bars on Fremont. Then you wanted to go to Hogs and Heifers, so we went there. I think we ate pizza also at that corner, the corner where Hogs and Heifers is. I think I'm almost sure. I'm not.
Yeah, there's also that.
Yeah.
Was it near the? Then we went hot dog chasing at the Grand.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
It
we
was
we
closed.
we did so many crazy things, but yeah, I
Oh,
remember. I remember that. Yeah,
and we stole the menu from
yeah.
the Gold Rush bar at the Golden Nugget.
And I was looking for it. I have it here because I was
I
gonna
have it right
show it
here.
to you. Oh, you got that one. I got the other one with the drink specials and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah.
Please don't get me in trouble.
Damn. If we don't
Yeah,
get canceled,
it's nicely like all leather and stuff,
yeah,
and
it's nice. It's nice. If we don't get canceled from my story, then we're getting canceled for you stealing stuff. So
I'm gonna take more stuff. So
I'm pretty sure they
if
they
it's
they
not nailed to the wall, I'm gonna bring a screwdriver. How about that?
the but no, it's I think they're used to it. I think they're used to take people taking them, so I'm pretty sure
Got
it's
more
not the
money than
first
I do.
time. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's my story of downtown Vegas. I actually did have a story. Thank you for reminding me of that night. It was amazing. And so at the end of the night, of course, I was staying on the strip. Well, you were staying at the Flamingo as well.
Yeah,
I made my way back to Excalibur where I was staying, and I decided to walk instead of taking the tram between Bellagio all the way to Aria. And when I got to the Cosmo, actually, funny thing, um, you see flames, like you could see some flames going on, and every time I got closer and closer, I could see something that's on fire, and I thought, it's probably just one of those the street people doing a show or something like that. And when I got closer, it was a palm tree that was completely on fire. And for those who do not know, we're not making it political, guys, just because it's part of the story.
mm,
We, at that time when we went in June, there were a lot of protests for, ICE and all the stuff that's going on in the country till this day,
Mhm.
obviously. And, it made sense. I've sent you guys some pictures and a video, I think, because you were
That's what I
asking
thought it
me.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, you were asking me if I was already back in my room, and I'm over here drunk
Well,
AF, and this happened. So
well, I remember Ricky and I were actually gonna leave the Flamingo and come like to where you were because I was like, if it's a freaking protest, like, I want to make sure he's not by himself, right? 'Cause I don't know if you were with your cousin or not, but
no, that was that night
um,
that he stayed in the room, or he did his own thing, and then we
yeah,
we went
yeah,
to do our own thing, of course.
yeah. That's yeah. So we were gonna be like mission save Rob, but it was just you. I think the next message was after you're like, no, it was. I guess you could tell the rest of the story what it actually what happened to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. After us kind of thinking that it was somebody like protesting or something like that, it turns out that a kid in a car passed by and shot a firecracker or something, fireworks, um, and lit up one of the palm trees. And only in Vegas that happens. Like
Yeah. But
that's.
that tree was like really on fire
Oh
too. It
yeah,
was
yeah,
so
yeah.
it wasn't like just like one little branch. The whole
Oh
thing was
no.
just engulfed in flames.
It was so bad that the fire department had to show up,
Really?
and yeah, yeah, and they it took them a while to take it down too,
Wow.
because by the time they got there, it was not just only like some leaves from the palm tree; it was the full thing burning up, and it was crazy. But yeah,
Wow.
that's kind of my quick story of that, the shenanigans that happened on the strip. Not that it doesn't happen in downtown, but yeah, who'd have known that I show up right on time to see a big old fire. I think it even came out on the news, and obviously it made the news, and I'm pretty sure the local newspaper
Oh, for sure.
and social media. I'm sure social media went crazy
If you
on
vlogged that
this.
night, you would have gotten a
Yeah.
lot of views on that. That would be wild. That was a crazy night though.
Yeah. Yeah. I still
Yeah,
have
I
all the
read
videos,
about
so
it.
maybe we'll post it on our story or something like that, because yeah,
Yeah,
it was
well,
crazy. The fire
yeah.
was it kind of like ma- culminated the night for us, having such a great night, doing all these, adventures and finding the room where Benny Binions used to sleep, maybe even live for a while, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, and then, eating a great meal at Oscars, which I never thought in my wildest dreams I would ever eat there, because I mean, food's not cheap, and
No.
I'm not saying it in a bad way, because if it's expensive, it's good, and we saw it. It's amazing,
Mhm.
and so all that culminated with a big old fire.
Just to end it up, set the city ablaze.
Yeah, kind of like that
Yeah.
song. It reminds me of that song from Billy Joel talking to what who started the fire or something like that.
Oh, dun, 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 dun,
Uh,
dun, dun,
uh,
dun. If it's
yeah, that
only
one.
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun.
exactly,
We're gonna
exactly.
get if this goes on YouTube, we're gonna get in trouble if we put a
Yeah.
song.
Well, you butchered it up. You didn't really sing
Oh,
it,
I
so.
butchered it big time. Yeah.
Anyway,
Robert
so
started
that
the
that was our
fire.
story. That was our story as far as that. But did you know? And I'm gonna read it off my screen because I'm not really talented like you to be able to keep all that in the 44-year-old brain that I have of mine, which is like this small.
God damn,
So
you're old.
I know, but I'm better looking than you, so it's okay.
Oh, keep that beard. You're you just look like brothers.
I know, I know. So did you know, where is it, that the Texas Hold'em was actually opened? It was introduced to in Las Vegas in 1963, but do you know where?
Hold on.
What does that say? Let me see. Official card rules. Okay.
No, I have no idea. No.
But take a guess. Where would you think it would that Texas Hold'em was first introduced?
Well, first thing that comes to mind would be Binions.
Okay, but no, it wasn't. It was
Oh, he's.
actually at the California Club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in
Huh.
1963. Later, it was made more popular at Binion's Horseshoe, of course, because that's where
Yeah.
started the whole World Series of Poker. Which,
Oh, so this
by
was before that, eh?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and the
Interesting.
funny thing is that I think in June when we're there, the World Series of Poker will be on.
Yeah, I was there last time too.
Yeah,
It was at Bali's. Uh,
no, not Bali's no more. It's Horseshoe.
oh, Horseshoe. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Renee went there, didn't he?
Yeah, I went there too. I always go.
Oh
I
yeah.
ended up
Yeah.
buying a cool a hat that said World Series of Poker, and I got one for
Oh,
my brother.
nice.
I was trying to get some chips, but they don't sell them
You think that
there.
they
So,
would? There's probably a ton of them. Just
well, I mean, the old ones from previous years would make
yeah,
sense, but they sell poker chips, but the poker chips they sell are like the ones like kind of like you buy at those cheap Vegas
they're like
stores.
magnets almost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
They do sell the in-play deck of cards. That I do know.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's funny that the California Club was the first one to introduce it because I always thought it was, Binning's Horseshoe, which funny thing to segue, by the time this podcast comes out, our Matchbook Monday would come out for the California Club, which I put a poker chip
Hmm.
and the deck of cards.
Nice.
No matchbook, so it's going to be a little different. But I thought it was cool because I've been told that let me see, I think I have it somewhere here. That that poker chip supposedly it's very rare because it has a bear or something like that. It's this
Hmm.
one right here. So I don't
Oh,
know. I don't
you
know.
know what? I think I've seen that on eBay. That's not cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it at a estate sale, I think.
Really?
And yeah, and I think I paid like
Okay.
literally what it says, 25 cents. So
No.
yeah,
Have you seen how much it's actually worth?
no, I have not.
Oh man.
Actually, I was gonna tell
Yeah.
you because me and Dane, or Dane and I shouldn't say me first. Um,
It's
when
DNR.
we
Remember
exactly, then do
that.
the intro. No, but I was gonna ask you if you had this one because I was gonna give it to you.
No, don't give it to me because it could be worth a little fortune.
Well, if it is, then you just buy me a couple steak dinners and or something. I don't know.
I don't want to though.
No, but yeah,
um,
I that to me that was a very very big thing. I never thought it was that. Um, and but at the end of the day, the biggest poker game in the world, which is Texas Hold'em, started
yeah,
right in downtown, which
yeah.
unfortunately the Strip can't say that.
No, well, I can't say a lot of certain things, right? Like history kind of started there first, so
Yeah.
they kind of have a lot of catch up to do. But
Mm-hmm.
I think they just have a little. The thing about the strip is that it just grew faster. But the thing about Fremont is that because it's so old school and the architecture and the buildings and stuff were so unique,
Mm-hmm.
it was really hard for them to get rid of them and put up some mega resort because it wouldn't fit down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like even like the hotels now, how everything is like kind of tucked behind it, all the towers. You don't really notice that they're not really that big, and even the big ones are they're hidden because of the canopy and all that stuff. But it's not really an eyesore either, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, and it's crazy to see how many things are first in Fremont or downtown
Well,
in
didn't
general.
Fremont have the first? Was it the Golden Gate that had the first telephone
I
in
believe
all
so.
of
I
Nevada
believe
too,
so.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe so. I believe
it's
so.
still there.
They
You
also had the first neon sign, which
Mhm.
do you know when that was and which one it was?
uh, man, I got to get rid of some facts to put some new facts in. I'm going to say it's like Hotel Nevada.
No. Well, I'll give you one
No.
more chance. It's not. It's actually not in. current Fremont anymore. Like it doesn't exist. I think the only thing that exists is just
I know what
the
it
neon
looks like.
sign.
That's the thing. I've seen the pictures of it.
Which one? How
Um,
does it look like?
well, it's small. It's not like a big sign, right? Like small in the sense of what we're used to. Like it's
Okay.
smaller.
Okay,
Um,
I'll tell you. I'll tell you because you're
okay.
struggling and I don't want you to. So the first neon sign appeared in 1940s. It doesn't say exactly when.
Mhm.
Uh, that led to the iconic nickname Glitter Gulch.
Yeah. So it was Glitter Gulch.
No, I think that's what it led to, but I think it was the one that said like no vacancy or vacancy or something like that.
Oh, like it wasn't even like a hotel sign.
Yeah, I think it
Oh,
was, if
so
I'm not
how could I
mistaken.
ever? That's crazy. It was just an open sign.
Yeah, I think it was where, well, no, when Circa's it at now, but I think it was something else before. And I don't think it
Well,
was.
yeah. I don't know. That's weird.
I don't think it was the Las Vegas hotel or whatever it was called before.
Oh, yeah, Las Vegas Club.
Yeah, the Las Vegas Club. There you go. I don't
'Cause there
think it
was
was
something
that one
before
either.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah. It was this really beat down hotel, but that hotel did not have a casino. It was just a hotel because the first casino, official casino, was of course Golden Gate, which
Yeah.
I love so much. But yeah, that those are a couple of facts per se, other than the canopy and whatnot. But um, I personally love both sides because both sides bring something to the table.
Hmm.
Um, I remember the first time I went to Fremont. Um, I thought it was a freak show because it's, dancers, exotic dancers only covering their boobs with booby tassels and
The nuns.
the nuns. I actually took a picture with a nun with humongous breasts, only
They're aliens
covering.
too, by the way.
I, I, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they are, man.
You
And
talked about that.
and she had a sign that said, because it was for the Super Bowl, I went. It said "F the Patriots," and of
Oh,
course,
nice.
I ended up taking a picture with her because of like, there's no way in hell I'm not gonna take a picture with this woman. But to me, it was like completely different than what the scene was in the Strip, and the Strip is very chaotic in its own way. It's just more spaced out, because the casinos take several. If there were blocks in between the casino, it'd be like 3 or 4 blocks that they would cover,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they're so spaced out. So the chaotic scene over there is a little bit different. But here,
Hmm.
because it's all just one little street, or what was one little street, and every single casino and store and tattoo shop that didn't want to do my tattoo because they were closed, all these things were right next to each other, and of course, it when it gets packed, it gets packed.
Hmm.
So it was a very, very interesting experience. But I think I said it on the previous episode that I really did not enjoy it as much as I do now until I met you guys and we went
Hmm.
several times and we did our, scavenger hunt and all these things that we did. But I just love the nostalgia that you feel when you're in an old casino, like the
Oh, for
California
sure.
Club and stuff like that.
Yep. I think that like jumping off what you just said too, it's
Hmm.
ever since like when you get to a certain age too, you kind of not care about the nightclubs or you gotta go out and drink your head off. But
Yeah.
um now that I am who I am, especially like you appreciate the history, and Fremont has a lot of things that have not really changed since they started. And then for the strip, yeah, it's the Flamingo, but none of the original stuff's there. Yeah, that's Caesar's, but none of the original. Like, that there's like a lot, not a lot of. You got to search and know your no to find something that's like, not been built or put there within the 2000s. So I think they go into Fremont Street, you do get that low ceiling, you get that very intimate feeling with Vegas. You see the cocktail waitresses with the old school outfits. You see the chips starting to look a little bit more unique. You start seeing a lot more matchbooks.
Yeah.
So it is a place for you and I. It really is. And I think that also what you mentioned too is um, since that night that we had, that was kind of us breaking the ice with Fremont, right?
Yeah.
We kind of because for me too, it was like the strip. It's got more places, so it's got to be better. And there's the sign and all this stuff. So you kind and then also it's like it's a little bit of the way to go to Fremont, so you kind of stay on the strip. But now that we've broke the ice with it,
Yeah.
I feel this true love for Fremont, and that's one of the reasons why we're going to be staying at the Golden Nugget for our next trip in June.
Yeah, and I will be staying in the strip. I finally, after 10 years, I finally got Mandalay Bay to give me some free nights, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. But I
Oh, for
am
sure.
more,
For sure.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm more jealous of you because
Well,
I've
we
been
got a
wanting to
couch
stay
to
at the
crash
strip.
on if you don't want to go back one night.
I definitely will probably take you off on the offer just to, stay at on the
Well, if you're
Fremont
drinking
Street.
and stuff, we don't want you to get caught in another fire, right? So just stay put on Fremont. Because I think the night that oh, actually, never mind, never mind. We'll have to talk about that off camera.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't
Well,
want to, no spoilers, but yeah, I don't want
well, I got a story that I want to tell
to.
you,
Okay.
and I don't care. It's kind of personal, but we're in a podcast, and my wife already knows it because I told her. Right now that you were mentioning that you don't want me to see another fire, it seems like every time I get drunk, something happens that's weird. So let me tell you this story that not a lot of people know, but obviously now that's in the you know interweb or whatever it's called. Um, One time I went with a good friend of mine and his wife because they knew that I knew how to Vegas better than them by themselves. So they would always invite me and say, "Hey, we want you to come. We don't feel like you're the third person because
Yeah.
really we are the people because we really enjoy, your recommendations and stuff like that." So I was like, "Okay, whatever. If that really makes y'all feel good, then why not? I'll go." And so this one particular night, we went to Fremont and we got hammered. We got completely hammered. We were singing Bon Jovi songs and and all these crazy songs, of course. And so we decided to go from there back to the New York. And at that time, I was infatuated with the. It's not the Lord of the Rings. It's Games of Thrones machines. And man, I won a good amount of money that night. And
Really?
after me continuing drinking, I said, you know what? If I don't leave right now, I got about a good 30 minutes of me being able to, properly move and walk. If I don't leave right now, I don't know how I'm gonna make it to the room. And so I get up, I cash out, I get my voucher, I just put in my wallet because I was like, I don't want to cash it right now. If not, it's gonna take from those 30 minutes. And I really am gonna walk like a freaking I look like a character from The Walking Dead, one of those zombies, dude. So imagine me
Yeah,
walking like a zombie. It's gonna take more than 30 minutes.
I've seen it.
And so I make it. I don't know. I all I can remember is making it to the front entrance of the Excalibur, and that's all I remember.
I think I
I
remember you telling me this story.
yeah,
That's actually kind of scary.
yeah. I think I told you obviously off the podcast. So
Yeah,
I make it to my room. Apparently, I wake up in the morning and I am in the hallway of my room. So I'm inside my room. Most hotels have a hallway, a bathroom before you get to your room, to the actual room, and then your bed, right? So I
yeah.
made it up to the point where the hallway and the main door is. And when I woke up, my phone was going like hard on messages and calls and whatnot. And when I wake up, I look at the phone. The screen is completely pitch black because something broke in the screen, I guess. And I am in the room completely naked. Completely naked. My clothes, I don't know where it's at because I was missing my clothes as well.
Well, I think it's because when you get drunk, you just want to get out of them, right?
I guess,
So
but I to
let's
this day
hope.
I still don't know what happened to the clothes. And the bed
Oh,
was
you
made, so
those
I never,
vanished?
yeah, like it wasn't in the room.
Oh my god,
Not
that's like a
not even
hangover when you like see it hanging off of a tree somewhere down the street.
you know what would have been funny if I see a homeless person with it with my clothes and I'm like, okay, at least someone got new clothes, whatever. But
That's
the
good.
funny part is that I never made it to my bed because when I looked at my bed, the bed was still made, like it was not touched. And so I don't remember what happened, dude, but I have some theories, and one of them, I think either I passed out somewhere in the Excalibur, and the security found out what room I stayed, and they just threw me in there, or I actually zombied my way all the way into the room, taking my clothes off in the process, and opened the door, and then my final kind of like breath just fell wherever, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's another story for the Fremont, you know.
You know what sucks? Like you're picturing my story with the piano, and I'm picturing you naked running down the hallway.
Oh man,
Oh my
yeah. Yeah,
goodness!
it's
And the
yeah.
funny thing is, too, to interrupt, is that it's also a family-friendly hotel. It's not like
Yeah.
an 18 plus. So there's probably like a whole family walking over top of you, going, "Don't look, kids, don't look."
Just this is what happens in Vegas. That's why they say whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, you know. So
Yeah. Let's pop up a picture real quick of you shirtless in front of $1 million.
yes, yes, right there. No,
That picture
but
is my favorite. Well,
oh my God, yeah, mine too. Who told me to do that? Was that you or
oh, me,
Ricky?
100%,
Okay.
100%, because the security guard was gone
Yeah.
and there was just $1 million there. And I don't know why we were even in there because it was like,
We wanted to see the $1 million.
again, no, we already took our picture. We went back again after Oscars or something. Like it was a detour on
Mm.
the way to, I think it was on the way to Hogs and Heifers. But we walked in and I think that I just saw it unattended and I was just like, oh, take your shirt off. And then you had Ricky's big glasses, you're flexing, and then yeah, you took your shirt off in front of it. And I think this like little girl came out and was like, "Do you guys want
Holy
me to
sh
take a picture?" It's like, no, no, we're leaving. See ya.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. You see what happens when alcohol and Rob meet?
Yeah, well, we're gonna find out. I guess we're gonna have another interesting night.
Well, I'm gonna try to
Um,
make it very you guys because it's y'all's anniversary. So one of you is
yeah, but
gonna
it
have
can't
to
always
get
be about
hammered.
us. No, it was about us last time. I think this time's about all of us because it's all of our trip. We were getting married last time. That's one of the reasons why, like, I was nervous the whole trip, and we had a lot of stuff on our mind and stuff. So, sure, it's going to be about us because we're getting married, but
Yeah.
this trip's about uh, content, meeting
Yeah.
friends,
Don't give
having a
too
good
much
time,
information.
relaxing, and
Getting in the pool.
yeah, just we're going to swim with some sharks this time at the Golden Nugget. I'm
Oh,
excited.
yeah, dude, I gotta go. I gotta go to that.
100%,
And
man.
then y'all can come to Mandalay Bay and do the same. Well, not
Yeah.
sharks, but they
Well,
probably
you
have
hooked
a
us up with Park MGM last time. It was a
yeah, it was
beautiful pool.
nice.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
we'll
like the
repay the
fact that Park
favor.
MGM has like a family pool and then a
Yeah.
21 and over, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, it was good. And
Yeah, it was good.
was it cold? It was either really cold water or really hot water.
No,
Forget.
it was I mean, it's already summertime, so the water was
Yeah,
nice and like
yeah.
temp like I guess uh it was kind of between cold and warm.
Oh,
It wasn't
you were
cold.
just peeing in circles around me. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
That's why. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, we can come up with a conclusion of our thoughts on strip and stuff because you probably have to jet soon, don't you?
I still got a little bit of time. I still got a little
Okay.
bit of time. I again, I think the strip is amazing, but I really do think that Fremont just brings that great nostalgia that you and I love because
Mhm.
we're purists and we love what Vegas stands for now, but we also love what Vegas did for it to be what it is now, right? So
Mhm.
we have to remember our pioneers and what they did to make what Vegas is. And to me, going to Fremont and going to all these badass old casino hotels like Golden Gate, Binion's,
They just seem
Fremont,
tougher. Like if Fremont hotels were like people, they'd be like tough. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, I mean, when you're
They're
like
cool.
100 years old, you're gonna look pretty
Yeah.
tough, So but it's just I don't know. It's I think I will take a chapter from what you say. When you're holding a matchbook, you start thinking like who had it, what hand touched it, or what family took it as a
It's a
souvenir and
time
took it
machine. It's a,
home,
yeah.
and
It's a time
whatnot.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me,
And
that is exactly what a building brings me. Like who took a step in here? Who touched
well,
this
it's the
part of the
highest
wall,
caliber of that because instead of having just a matchbook, you have the whole entire place.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of places, like, ghost hunters always say the same thing, just the vibe and the aura of the place. And you could feel it the second you walk in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it could be the drinking and stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what I feel when I walk in. But no, you feel it. You feel it inside. Like going into Plaza for the first time, you're like, this was a train station at one point. This was the center of Fremont, and this was a big part of it all.
Yeah.
And it's been here for so long, and you just feel, there's got to be some, presence and
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah,
But
like.
bringing then before we move to anything, because you mentioned the plaza, we will continue with the bring Dane to the on the corner of Main Street. This time I'm not gonna bust out books because we already know what it is all about. So please, I'm gonna make it as short as possible. Jonathan Jossel, we need your help to be able to come to y'all's podcast and promote these books on into the meadows, so we can try to get more sales and be able to help with the memorial of the October 1st memorial that they're going to move closer to the strip. So please, Jonathan Jossel, help us out. Give us a 5-10 minute segment, a full episode. Uh, the offer still stands. We both want to get tattoos of the plaza. I think it's honestly we want them. It's not just for the whole clout, I guess, but definitely please give us an opportunity to showcase this man's talent in writing and his great stories that he has, just like the one he was telling us about the Niagara Falls and the going on a whim to Las Vegas. Please give us a chance to bring some good information to people so they can know that we're trying to do something that is that there's no price to it. There's
Mhm.
no price to it, um, to help these victims still be remembered the right way.
Yep.
You know? Yeah.
Said it perfect. Yep.
So
Thank
there
you.
we go. This is a segment that we call hashtag Bring Dane to on the corner of Main Street. Continue with the program. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So it's you really do get the feeling, being on Fremont and stuff. Like the one place, and we have a whole episode based on this,
Yeah.
is the feeling you get when you walk in the Luxor
Mm-hmm.
is like it's insane. So like you do get those same feelings and stuff, but at a higher scale, on a weirder, like I get more different scale when you walk into the Bellagio and Caesars and stuff like that, because it's just high ceilings and it's all very
Yeah.
rich in color, and everything's just bigger and crazier. So you get a different feeling, but that small town feel, small casino feel, the small
Mm-hmm.
hotel feel is just it captivates me a little bit more.
Yeah.
So even though I'm supposed to be team strip right now in my life, I wouldn't say I'm picking any sides, but I'm more drawn to Fremont, and but I
I mean,
love I
I'll
love the
send you
strip.
by email. I'll send you an email right now with the bandwagoner application for the downtown Vegas.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
But I cannot guarantee you it will be approved. We have to, Jonathan Jossel and a lot of the CEOs on that side of downtown, we will have to sit down and review your application. And I'm not gonna lie to you, you might get black booked. So there could be a possibility you just get black
Bring
booked,
it on.
So
Bring it on.
that is actually a funny thing that I say it because I was thinking about it. We need to make a episode where we talk about the black book,
Yeah,
you
that
know.
would be a smart
That'd
idea.
be awesome. But um I do want to bring something up because you mentioned something that's very, very cool. That, the strip does have, those moments that you say, "Oh my God, there was this thing, this little boat that you would sit on at Luxor and it would take you around."
Yeah.
But you can't see it anymore because there's nothing there that will, say, "Hey, there's still this little thing that is still part of it, unless I'm wrong. I don't think there is, but like Bellagio, there's nothing that reminds you of what was there before
Well, I
because
think that you can actually go into like the tunnels
yeah,
still of it's called the Nile ride.
yeah,
And I think that it's like abandoned and you can go in there and they're there, but um like obviously you can't ride them and stuff. The water used to go right through the casino
hmm
and hotel, right?
hmm
But that's
hmm
all gone. It's just a walkway now.
but if that would be the case, there's very small exceptions on that. Like honestly, what do you see of the Bellagio that resembles what it was before?
Nothing, I don't think.
Or let's say uh Planet Hollywood. Maybe the
Yeah.
building, because the building, I think it still stayed the same, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
You
there's a
know,
lot of iconic stuff that like, obviously the Luxor hasn't changed and Excalibur hasn't changed. And
yeah,
when it comes to Flamingo, I know that they try to keep their flashy neon and stuff and the same logo, which is nice, but like you're seeing a futuristic version of something that was historically, the whole reason why it's so popular.
yeah,
That's like going to Binions and the logo's changed and the color's not blue anymore and something else, and
yeah.
you know
But the
like
building is still there. The building is still there,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
still resembles what it was, like just as the same for the Plaza, for
yeah,
Golden Gate, all
yeah.
these other structures. I would say maybe 75% of it is still there
Mhm.
versus Vegas. If you find even a 10%, that's a lot, you
Yeah.
know? And that I
Well,
think
and
that
like
to me as a purist, that's why I like more the downtown because I want to see what was there before. I don't mind the new, but I want to see the old as well.
well, that's another thing too, is like down to where the welcome sign is on the strip. There used to be um the hotel with the pink elephant, and next to that was the Glasspool Inn, which were
Yeah.
two beautiful little motels. Um, Glasspool Inn, that's just a lot of dirt now, and I think the other one's called Diamond Inn. Yes, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say it's Diamond Inn because
Oh
I
yeah, the
think
one
that's
with the pink elephant?
yeah. But
Yeah.
now that our last trip, when me and Ricky went down that way, there's a big green fence around the whole motel, and it's up for it's up for sale. Like they're
Yeah.
tearing it down. And then there's also there's a bidding match for the pink elephant, but I think it should go to the Neon Museum. But no, that's just me. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at is the fact that what you just said, like the strip annihilates all that old motel stuff when Fremont still kind of keeps it. Like there's a lot of abandoned stuff when you go down more I guess it's the east side of the strip. And yeah, east side. And when you go down that side, you see a lot of like the Peter Pan, the full moon, and you see a lot of those places that are like, just about to die or there's just bones remedy of them. And they're still beautiful, they're still unbelievable. The signs are still up and they're not active, but they're still up there and
Yeah.
waiting for another Howard Hughes like to guy to come by and buy them up and restore them, which I would do if I won the lottery, but
Speaking of Howard Hughes, maybe we can try to figure out a way to do a scavenger hunt, I guess, and find the house that he lived in because I know it's in
I
a
saw it in a
TV
video.
station.
Yeah.
It's part of a TV station, but that would be
Well, it
kind of
shouldn't be
cool.
hard to find because we'll have to just look for the TV tower, right?
No, and I think it's a museum. I think
Yeah,
it's
to
a
me, you can
museum.
walk around there now. I
Yeah.
think that they said that there's money buried around there and they haven't found it.
Are you
That's our
thinking what
next
I'm thinking?
100. I'm already there. We should
Okay.
go look for Howard Hughes'
Okay.
buried treasure
Okay. We're
because
going
I already have
50-50.
Ted Biniam's treasure.
We're going 50-50.
Nope.
What?
Yeah, 50-50. I'm down.
Mhm. Uh, but anyways, we are getting close to the end. I would say we're about to hit an hour. But in conclusion, I think I'm in the same boat with Dane. I think not by a landfall, but definitely uh, pretty close to even maybe that I still think that downtown Vegas brings what I need. You
Yeah.
know, if I was 21, 22 years old, I probably would say the Strip because obviously it brings that hype and that vibes that people
Oh,
like.
for sure, for
You know,
sure.
but I'm 44 years old and I love to drink a beer and be able to have a conversation instead of like yelling, "Hey, Dane, did you see this?" You know,
But you,
I don't do that.
oh, you don't do that?
Well, I don't do that like in a
I got
conversation.
videos that prove that wrong.
No, no, but that's just me being obnoxious. But like if I'm having
Oh,
a conversation, then I would like to be able to speak at a, you know, a
no, and we had some unbelievably cool conversations, you
yeah,
and I,
yeah,
on Fremont, where pretty much led to this podcast. And I
yeah,
remember exactly what slot machine we were sitting and loitering around
yeah,
when we came up with the idea,
yeah, yeah,
and we got pushed to take the leap and make it. So
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
this year, what we'll do is, since it'll be our 1 year technically of the idea and making it come true,
yeah.
we'll go right back to that slot machine where we had the conversation and cheers a beer.
I think so too. But since we're at the end, I want to do some reminders, I guess I'll put it. But we're doing better. We're doing better, people. I think last time we were at 63% subscribers. We're at 61.4. So we're
We're going
getting
down.
closer. We're getting closer. And the one number I really do like is the 97.8%, basically 98% have been new viewers. So that means that something's working, guys. But we would really, 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 really appreciate it if you guys smash that like button, of course, and you guys subscribe and share it
Tell
to
your friends.
somebody. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Share it to a friend or friends that love Vegas the way we do, that want to learn about the history of Vegas and the shenanigans that we do in Vegas as well. But definitely, we definitely appreciate the love. We appreciate the support, and our channel, little by little is growing. It's definitely growing, but we're far away from where we want it to be. We still are trying to do this for the fun of it, but we also want to grow.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
any other YouTuber or content creator, we want to grow, but the organic way with people, like-minded people that enjoy Vegas the way we do. And even if you don't, if you enjoy it a different way, we still invite you to come in and enjoy the ride here. So 61.4% are not subscribed. So definitely we still need some more, you know. Yes, yes, we're gonna give you one of
Why?
these. So
Don't know.
but anyways, do we have a today in Vegas history by any chance?
Oh yeah, it's actually someone's birthday. It
Today?
is, yeah, right
Okay,
now.
so as of today, April 22nd of 2026, let me know.
1990, the year I was
Mhm.
born.
Okay.
Excalibur.
Oh, it's today's
Yes.
Excalibur's birthday. Happy birthday to you. I'm not gonna sing the whole thing. I'm not gonna sing the whole thing.
I was
No, no,
about
no.
to.
No, 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 no. Well, yeah, yeah, that's a really good one. And you know what? Because I had one just in case if you said, "Oh, I forgot."
No, I
I
don't. I
ac-
don't forget.
I
You
have
gave me a
one.
mission, and I fulfilled my mission.
Well, I just wanted to make sure because I don't want it to go wrong.
Yeah.
So I'll say mine just because I think it's kind of cool and the nerd in me cannot not do it. So on April 22nd, 1952, Las Vegas made history when the media broadcasted detonation of a nuclear device for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, 1952 on
Did
this
you
day.
attend that?
No, I was busy with Bugsy Siegel. We were trying to figure out how we're gonna scam people and skim some of and rake some of that money and go
We
to
gotta make
Hollywood.
a clip of all the old jokes that I've said.
Yeah,
Tally them up.
yeah, yeah. You know, the funny
I'm
part,
sorry,
dude, is that you eventually will get to my age,
but then you'll be just that much older.
but then I can make fun of you when you turn 44.
Yeah. Wait, 44?
Yeah,
That's how old you are?
yeah.
Wow. You're like my dad's age.
Damn.
I'm just
Then
kidding.
respect your elders, man. But anyways, guys, I think we're at the end. Unless Dane, do you have anything else to say? Any comments, questions, concerns?
Nope, just excited that we're back. We're
Yeah,
back. We're pumping stuff out. Really, what is it? Every 2 weeks?
every 2 weeks it seems
Yeah,
like
we're
we're
pumping
doing it.
things out
Yeah,
every 2 weeks. I think it's usually around the same time, Wednesday.
yeah,
Uh, it's just nice to be back on a proper schedule. Get some good
yeah,
conversations out there. We have a lot of stuff in store.
yeah,
I don't want to spoil it or anything like that, but we really do have a lot of cool stuff in store. Things that have even shocked me.
yeah,
Still kind of in shock that this is happening with such a new podcast and a hobby for Rob and I.
yeah.
um our trip's coming up soon. I don't know exactly how many days, 50 something, maybe 49, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Ricky's doing a good job reminding us on that, which is awesome. But yeah,
Yeah.
our trip is coming soon. I
Yep.
believe you get there on the 16th and stay till the 21st, I think.
No,
And
13.
oh, 13th, sorry, 13th. I get there on the 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I get there on the 13th, 16th, and I leave on the 21st as well. We would love to figure out, you know what? I would love to figure out something on the kind of like maybe a meet and greet or something. That would be nice to see what content creator
Yeah.
is out there.
Yeah.
Visit Vegas would be kind of cool because I know I think he's from Vegas if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And other me and stuff like that. We could definitely
Yeah.
do like a little mixer or something like that.
Well, it's a lot
Um,
easier to do too when it's on Fremont. So
yeah,
we could maybe pick like the new location at Hogs and Heifers at Plaza,
yeah,
or we can just pick some random bar that's easy. I know El Cortez is really good at hosting in that room there that we
yeah.
went last year.
I think Hogs
Yeah,
and Heifers would be cool. So
yeah, it's more of a party there anyway. So
yeah,
we'll
let's
just
throw
tell people, and
yeah.
that's where we're gonna be this
Well,
day
we'll
and
tell
meet up.
people, and we'll also throw another challenge out to Jonathan Josso. Help us out on giving us some space to be able to do a little mixer, a little meet and greet with our friends and whoever wants to show up. You don't have to be a content creator. If you like the show and you want
Yeah.
to meet us, please make us feel famous and special.
Be
Um,
part of the story.
yeah, be part of the story, exactly.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't have anything else to say. I already did my little get off my lawn, subscribe rant. So in the meantime, guys, keep collecting the stories and see you in Vegas.
Yeah.
Bye.